This is TWiT.
You published a September 2019 event preview on imore.com, Rene.
Guilty.
Is there much to preview yet? What are we previewing?
So the September events are one of the most stable, I think, in the tech community. It's like Apple's almost certainly going to have a September event. It's almost certainly going to be iPhones there. We've had Apple Watch for the last 5 years, so that's probably going to continue. And given that they said there was more to come with TV Plus and with Apple Arcade, that's likely for that event. Plus, we always get a couple bonus features from iOS and macOS, depending on new hardware features that get introduced during the event. So I feel like if you were gonna predict an event, maybe WWDC is just as predictable. The March ones and the October ones are always kind of wild cardy a little bit, but I feel like the September one, we always have a sense of what's coming every year.
You even described the opening moments. Music plays. The Apple logo dances something clever across the big screen. Then the lights go down. Tim Cook takes the stage. Good morning, good morning. And the September event is on.
Good morning.
Good morning. We have some exciting things to show you today. 3 iPhones?
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like we're going to get... To me, it sounds like this is a repeat of the iPhone 7 Plus playbook, where the physical design isn't going to change much from the redesign and the S year, but they're going to throw an extra camera on it, throw some extra finishes on the phone so it won't look entirely similar to the year before, and then just focus, no pun intended, really heavily on that camera technology.
Yeah. There is a rumor there will be, and I don't know what you think about this, guys, an iPhone, shall we call it 11? At least for
so this is super interesting because right now people look at the iPhone and they think it's super expensive. It's $1,000, but you can get this cheaper version called the iPhone XR. And what it sounds like they're doing is flipping the tables on that so that the R model becomes the iPhone. So now the iPhone only costs $750 again. But if you really want to, if you want fancier cameras or whatever other doodads they add to it, then you can go up to the iPhone Pro. And that has the 3 camera system, the bigger size, all of that stuff. And then it's weird. It's completely marketing, but I think it's the kind of marketing that actually it doesn't resonate, but it sort of makes a difference in the way everybody talks about it.
Yeah.
I think it's just going to make a lot of people angry. I'm concerned with this whole pro naming scheme. I don't know if this is such a good idea. We all know what happens when Apple puts out something and calls it a Pro. All the pros get really angry because it's not Pro. So I'm concerned. Yeah. I don't know if it's such a good idea.
Well, if it had a Type-C connector,
backlash, though?
That would be a Pro feature, right?
Well, Andy, is there a backlash with the P30 Pro? I've never heard anybody even blink at the name Huawei P30 Pro.
Oh, and I have a OnePlus 7 Pro.
Yeah.
Which so Pro connotes something in people's minds.
What constitutes a professional phone? I really think the only professional phone out there is the Samsung Galaxy Note, because that's the one where it says doesn't matter how big it is, doesn't matter how much it costs, just give us everything that can be used to use this instead of a laptop. Other than that, it really is all about like Facebook and cat videos. Really, are you going to get? Are you going to say?
And Harry Potter Wizards Unite.
Okay, I'm sorry, I overlooked that. So you get persnickety about laptops and desktops, but yeah, when phones, it's like okay, we're gonna say that Pro stands for PR only.
Well, but Pro on an iPhone would kind of make sense if it had a Type-C connector. Apple could continue with the Lightning connectors so that the people who bought a lot of Lightning dongles, everybody, wouldn't feel weird. But those of us who, that's what the iPad Pro partially connotes, right, is a Type-C connector. I think I would buy it just for the Type-C connector.
Not until next year, sadly.
You don't think so? No.
Not until next year.
Wasn't that the rumor, though, that the Pro might be a Type-C, or was that just
I think it's been squashed. I've heard a lot of chatter about it for next year.
How about a pencil?
Next to none for this
How about
year.
a pencil, like the iPad Pro?
I would love it.
Maybe?
I feel like the EPA. I don't think we're gonna. I would love it. I would be the first person, and I would be sitting there at every park bench doodling my fingers off if we got one. I've been wanting it for years. I just don't. There hasn't been any solid rumors about it. There's like Barclays Capital Ventures, which I think is 37th in line of accurate Apple rumors.
Would you consider buying a Galaxy Note 10 just for the stylus, Rene?
I've thought about it. I've actually used them. I really like it. It's not my favorite pencil technology anymore. Like, I just think we've gone beyond digitizers. Right. And I used Wacom for 10 years. I used Cintiq forever. And once you get used to not having a reticule, not having an air gap, not having to deal with the digitizer, you don't want that back. I think the Note's always been my favorite Samsung device, but I really love the pencil technology, and I want that on a phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be something. You want to think that Apple's going to want to say, here is what you can do creatively and artistically. We didn't just throw this in as a note taker. That they'll be pleased if they do handwriting recognition and it's a regular input device. But I think the demo video they really want to show is people actually creating art with it, and people are using it as like a new accessory for the camera app to indicate that, hey, I like this series of 4 photos of my kids. I like the smile of my third kid here. I like the smile of my second kid right here. So make one that makes the best picture possible. Stuff like that. So I could see Apple really wanting to hold off until they really have a great use case or a great video for it.
Great.
They would also not make it so that if you put the pencil back in wrong, it'll get stuck and you have to buy a new phone.
Yeah, that would be bad.
I did that before your time, Lory, but I actually did that.
It was on the show with us, wasn't it?
Yes, it was on MacBreak Weekly.